guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to all the mods tonight from the workshop. And we are here, guys, because as you can see, we have these network systems that I think is time to start being modernized a bit more. And to do that, we are going to tap into a couple of new mods. That's going to be mechanism and refined storage, as you can see. Something else I want you to notice is the pattern grid, and that is going to be really important. So the idea today is doing some piping. So we are going to make sure that with some patterns, which what in here we have in here, we are going to make lots of really cool stuff in here. So stay put, guys. We are going to make some patterns, and that is going to be automated through a new system, and the system is going to send it to the furnace, and the furnace will send it back to the system when it needs to be refined. So that is the idea here, guys. Let's see if this works. And you remember as well that we already used metallurgic infuser to make a few items that we needed a few episode packs. But the good thing about this is that you can actually upgrade them to basic infusing factory. So that, my friends, is what we're looking for. So let me grab the crafting grid in here and see if we can make these things. And we are going to need a couple of those. So we are going to need, as you can see, metallurgic infuser, which we already have two of these things. Let me see if we can actually craft. There you have it. I'm going to make one of those, and we are going to make another of those as well. So now we have two of these things, and we are going to place them maybe one in here. Yeah, and the next one is going to be right there. Oh, these things can be pretty cool. Basic infusing factory, guys. This thing is going to be brilliant. You wait until it's all finished, and then everything is going to be make sense, or it's going to make sense. So one thing at a time, guys, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, guys, so as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, we are going to use this pattern grid, and that is, guys, because we are going to make auto crafting. So we are going to use auto crafting to use different types of patterns, and that is going to be auto crafted. That is what I'm trying to say. So in addition to that, guys, it's going to be very simple, the setup, or I'm hoping it's going to be. So one thing that we are going to need is going to be some crafters, and I think that we're going to use two of those. Yeah, we are going to have two of these crafters in here. Now, the crafters themselves, well, they are quite limited in the sense that we only have 9 rows in here, and we are going to need much more than that. The good thing about it is that these guys can be actually upgraded. So let me show you quickly if we can actually see these things, and maybe we can actually upgrade it to an iron crafter. So not only that, and let me see if that is going to be, let me check very quickly. Now we should have 27 slots in here, 3 rows of 9. So very important that if you're doing that, well, take in consideration to upgrade it. That's going to be really important. So let's do it again, because I think that we have another one. We have a frostbite chest. We need to do a chest. We need any type of chest in here. It will do it for us. So let me check if we have any chest in here. And as you can see, we don't have any. So let's make a chest, and let's make or upgrade the second crafter. And with that, my friends, I think that we can yeah, there we go. Now we have 2 of these things. Oh, this is going to be very, very lovely, guys. This is going to work beautiful. I'm hoping anyway. But before carry on, we need to check the quest as well. Let me check quickly. Refined storage. And as we advance, as you can see, we are advancing into the thing. So we are going to get more patterns. We are going to have plenty of those, and we are going to have basic processors as well, which we are going to need eventually anyway. So that is very much welcome. More patterns as well, and I think I'm going to get a different basic processor as well. So that is to keep in consideration. Keep an eye on your quest, my friends, because it's really, really important. Look at this amount of, oh my god, we have so many patterns now, and this is going to be pretty cool because we are going to actually tell the system to create different types of patterns, and hopefully that's going to send to the system, and the system is going to actually auto create it. Oh man, this is going to be pretty cool. So let's get on with it. Okay, guys, time is to place these things in here. Let me check very quickly that we are going to do this the right way. Yes, we have that one in there, and we are going to place the other one in here as well, as you can see. Now, these things is what is going to make the difference in the creation of tools. Like, for example, you can actually put a recipe in here, and it will make it for you. But it's not only that, as I said earlier, this thing can actually send it to the basic infusing factory, and that will be automated. So that is what's going to happen. And of course, this is where you can actually create your patterns and your recipes. So that is what we are going to work on. In the meantime, I want to check very quickly the clipboard, which, yeah, we are on demand, guys, and we cannot forget these guys, because, by the way, let me take the opportunity to show you that we started the university. Oh, yes, we did, guys, and I'll show you very quickly. Not sure how she's getting on at the moment, but I think it's worth to keep an eye. Yeah, I'm coming. Okay, so what do you need? You need all these things? We will do it for you, my friend. Don't you worry. Let me show you quickly how we are doing. I hope she's getting on with it. And I chose, in the end, to place the university right here. And it's a reason for that. And that is the part of Minecolonies mod, which is absolutely brilliant and beautiful, is the fact that we are going to create here a row of residences here and here. And this is, my friends, it's going to be the university, hopefully. So look at big chunk of space this thing is taking. So just to make your way, that is the way it's going to go. And obviously we will carry on building more housing around this area here and make like a little village within the colony. That thing is going to be pretty cool. So let's go back to the main reason of the video today. Let's go back to the workshop. So back at the workshop, we are going to get into the pattern grid. Oh my god, this is so... I can't see barely anything in here. Oh man, this is not very good at all. Okay, well, not too sure how the hell we are going to see this thing in here. But as you can see, yeah, this is very complicated to see. Oh, now you have it. Okay, so... very good to actually understand this, because as soon as I start writing in here, it creates this really deformed area in here. So there you go. If you're having that issue, well, we found a solution for that as well. So there you have it. So back to the pattern grid. Well, we need to actually create some patterns. And the first pattern that I like to create is going to be a pattern of a pattern. That is what we should be doing at this point, to be honest. So that is going to be essential, and it's going to be right there, as you can see. We are going to have to take this one once again, which is starting to become a bit of a pain. But as you can see, now we have the pattern selected in here, and it's going to exact match the what the pattern recipe is. So that is really important that we do that as well. So I'm guessing that we can push that one in there, and now, my friends, we got that pattern as well. So you will see as well that we have a few components in here, and one of the things that we could do is automate the fact that we can actually make glass and the fact that we can actually make quartz and enriched iron. So let's do that very quickly. Okay, guys, so of course, one thing that we are going to have to do, as I mentioned, is to create the automation of a quartz enriched ion, because if we don't do that, well, we are going to have to craft it manually, and may as well craft it straight away from here. So a quartz enriched, let's do that very quick, and that is going to be, let me see if I can actually find it. Quartz is going to be enriched, and it's going to be iron. So that's going to be one of these babies in here. So there you have it. That, my friends, could be now part of the template as well, if we can actually find it. There you have it. So now you have the pattern there as well. And notice as well that when you hover over it, it will tell you that it's a quartz enriched iron pattern. So we are going to place that back in here. Now we have two patterns. We have the pattern of the pattern, and we have the pattern, which is the quartz enriched iron. You will see as well they changed the icon, so you have a quick reference on what it is. Isn't it gorgeous? And of course, now we are going to need the create the glass as well, which is going to be quite important to do that. Okay, so back to the glass is going to be different, because what we are going to need to do the glass is a processing pattern, which is different than the normal pattern. So we are going to do that one quickly as well. So let's get that. And we are going to have to do it through the processing system in here. So that is what we're going to do. Now, we can actually do it in different ways, as you can see. And we need to choose the one that's going to suit us the best, obviously. Okay, guys, so as you can see on the input, we have the sand, and then we have the processing factor in here, the output grid, and that's going to be glass. Now, because this thing needs to be processed by smelting, we are going to have to find a way to send it to this barrel, for example, and then we will get into the furnace, and then this is going to be the output as well. Now, the idea here is to ensure that the final product comes back to the network, and that way we know that everything has been crafted. To do that, well, we are going to have to use some piping, I believe, so that's something that we need to look very seriously about in a minute and see if this thing can work to our benefit, guys. So to achieve all this, there are a couple of things that we are going to need, guys. And let me show you very quickly. One of those is going to be an importer. And as you can see, we can't barely do it quite yet because we are going to need some cables. So now that we have cables, let me grab a couple of those, and I'm going to check them back to the network as well, so we can actually craft from there. And as you can see, now we can create the importer. That's going to be a really important one to have as well. So let me put you next to my wrench in here because we are going to need it. Something else that we are going to need is a exporter. So let me come to here very quickly and see if we can get the exporter going. And as you can see, well, it's going to be exactly the same, but this time it's going to be an exporter. So, the best way of thinking about this is the exporter will actually export it out from the system, and the importer will import it in from the system. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. But yeah, that's the way it's going to go. Something else we're going to need is the pipes, cabling, all that good stuff, because we need to actually ensure that this network is attached to this network in here. So, hopefully when everything is done, this thing will auto-craft everything that we need. That is the idea here, guys. So hopefully we can make this thing work. Okay, guys, so the next thing is to hook up all these things. So that, my friends, is what we are going to do. So to do that, we are going to need some cables, and we have some in here as well. Yeah, let me see if we can actually do this without making a mess of all this. And I think that we are going to put it inside the wall. That's going to be very nice. So yeah, that's much better, as you can see. Let me grab that, and then we can go across here, and then we can put it all the way to the furnace in there. I think that's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to have to try to get out of some of these things. And yes, I'm using a pickaxe, don't worry about it. But that's, in a sense, how this thing is going to work. Okay, there you have it. Let me see if I can go from behind a bit more. That would be great, to make sure that we can hook this cable in here, maybe right there. Okay, guys, so we are back, and as you can see, I left all this for you to see. We have all these cables set up in here going up there, and that, my friends, is going to be hooked, of course, to the crafter, which I forgot, but there you have it. See if we can actually hook this thing in here, and I'm hoping this is going to work, guys. Oh, yes, it does, but problem is, that is not set up correctly. You see this big square with the little light? Well, whatever that is facing, it was the item are going to go. So it's really important that we actually set up this correctly. So let's do that once again if we can. Oh man, this is getting a bit complicated. Let me go up in here as well and see if we can actually get a bit closer. And this is happening, my friends, when, well, we could use the jet, by the way, but there you have it. Let me just go up here a second, just to have some space, because the way this is placed is going to be super important. Let me check. Oh, no, that's not going to work either. Oh my God, guys, this is just annoying, to say the least. Okay, guys, as you can see, everything is sorted. Now we have the crafted, and this crafter hasn't been upgraded as we did with these guys in here. So one thing that we need to do, of course, is to make sure that that little light in here, the rectangular one, is pointed downwards, because that is what we want the recipes to go. So to do that, we are going to need the wrench. So we are going to right click on it for a couple of times until it's pointing down. So the next thing, of course, is going to be just placing the pattern in there. So there you have it. That is the glass pattern in here, which hopefully is going to be automated and give us the glass that we need to create. Well, everything that we need to create, really. That is the way it goes. So a bit of a mess in here, but you know, we can work on that at some point. That's not an issue. Oh man, it's getting a bit ugly, actually. I'm not convinced about that. But you know what? This is what automation is about. So let's leave it like that for a minute. Oh my God, it looks actually horrible. We could actually bring it from behind, couldn't we? Yeah, that could be a good idea as well. So I'll do that at some point, but just to give you an idea how this thing works, guys. Okay, guys, so the next step is going to be placing the importer. Now, the importer is going to be an important one because obviously that's what's going to import back to the network all the things that we have. So I think that I'm going to go in here. And what we're going to do, if I can do it as correctly, this is the back of the barrel, of course. Going to break that, and then we're going to place the importer. Oh, no. Not in that position. I need to actually squish in here a bit and see if I can actually grab it. Yeah, right there. Now it's facing the barrel, and that is the way that it certainly goes. So now if we place something on there, like I say, these rocks in there, it should actually go back to the network. So we know it's working correctly. Oh my god, it's getting sharp. Look at this huge thing. Oh my god, just to do some recipes, this is silly. All right, so the next thing is going to be the export, I believe. So yeah, we're going to have to work on that as well. Okay, guys, with all that said, it's time to prove if this thing is working. So the first thing that we need to do is to make sure that we have some sand in here, because without the sand, not much that we can do. There you have it. Obviously, we are going to need to craft some glass. Let me find some glass very quickly, and I'm going to show you how this thing works. So once you get your glass, Control, Shift, and click, and then you will have that menu which you can select the number of items that you want, 1, 10, or a stack of 64. I'm going to click 10. I'm going to click Start, and it's going to give you the recipe review. So what we have is available 10 of those sand blocks, because we chose 10, obviously, and it's going to craft, well, 10 glass. Let's see if that happens, shall we? So let's start. I'm guessing that it's going to come through here through the whole process, and as you can see, yeah, the sun is going there, and then everything that is going to create, yeah, you can see the glass appearing here, and really quickly it's going to send it back to the system. So there you have it. Autocrafting is done, guys. Now we need to find different type of recipes to do this. Oh my god, well, incredible. One thing that I want to say, though, it's really important, is that you click auto input on and auto output on as well. So if it doesn't work, just keep an eye on these things, because probably that may be the reason why, guys. So keep an eye on that. Oh my god, well, there you have it. We done this a bit. Something else I want to do in this episode very quickly, guys. If you remember, we went to a different dimension, and I want to get to the mining dimension to see how we're doing in there, guys, before we actually forget for good. So let's have a sleep, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, guys, so if you remember, we had this teleport path that we created a few episodes back, and that links directly to the mining dimension. I think it's time to go and see. Yeah, let's see what happens, shall we? And see how this thing is going. Look at this, and this is where we used the builders, and we use all these powerful wind generators, all this kind of thing that we did. So let's check how we're doing. Oh, well, 6 diamonds we have, no much. And by the way, this has been switched off for a little while. So look at it, the netherrack is hundreds of them. And obviously we will expand this a bit more so it can go deeper down or across. Oh man, this is getting very, very interesting indeed, as you can see. Power, well, we are getting there. More power is coming up as well, because the wind is picking up, I suppose. I don't know, that's why it's doing the power. But as you can see, well, we are getting a few diamonds here and there. Not something spectacular, but definitely something that can give you some things in time to time. So check that out if you want. And how we doing with power? Yeah, picking up as well. So all seems to be good in here as well. Let's go back again, because, well, we have things to do. Oh my god, how we getting on as well with the university in Minecolonies, because we are touching everything that we can, a bit of every mod, and that thing is really nice. So, oh yeah, look, I think she's getting on with that. And I really, really hope that the university is not going to be that high up. I really hope that I done it correctly, and otherwise this is going to be a mess. I'm hoping this is going to be a second floor or something. Oh man, otherwise, yeah, well, it's one of those things, isn't it? Okay, more things that we need to do in this episode, guys. Let me check. Oh, I need to create very quickly as well night vision goggles, because that's really important, that, you know, if you have them, you're going to use them at some point, especially if you're going to go caving and all the good stuff. So I want to create some of those, because at some point we are going to have to do exploration, and it's going to be important that at least we have night vision, especially if we go to the Nether and all these places that we are going to have to visit anyway. And I think it's going to be important to have. So see, we can actually create some of these things as well. Very pleased with you. Thank you very much, Automated Service. We will carry on, by the way, exploring the export side of things and things. So maybe in the next episode. Okay, guys, so let's see if we can actually make a night vision goggles or whatever you want to call it. If we can make... Oh, look, night vision goggles. There you have it. How are we going to make this? Oh, loot fabricator. Okay. So you cannot make them just from there. Okay, so we need to make a loot fabricator. Well, that's something that we definitely are going to do at some point as well. Of course, something else that we are going to check is the quest once again. We have cables, as you can see. And yeah, Enriched Ion. We are going to get a lot of those as well. Importers, which we have done. And yeah, an improved processor. That's going to be a really good one. Because all these things that we definitely we are going to need. Look at this. We got 2 rewards in there. Okay, any more quests that we can do? You know what? Please let me know your thoughts, guys. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you could as well. That would be great. And we are going to have to tidy up all this mess in here, all these cables going in and out. Very interesting. By the way, this is going to be the processing side of things. Don't confuse, that's going to be the processing. As you can see, they have it's just so amazing. Look at the amount of patterns that we have as well that we can do, and I think that we have more patterns in here as well. So there you have it. That's it. Well, I think that we are very much ready for today's videos, guys, and we are advancing nicely. We are building in Minecolonies as well. Everyone seems happy. We are touching different mods as well, like mechanisms and refined storage. Well, I don't think that we can complain, can we? Or can we? There you have it. Well, I'm going to leave it here for this episode, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next daily upload. Until then, take great care.